I've been waiting all day for this. Hey guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Happy Monday. Yep, it's Monday again. Time just keeps on moving and moving here. I'm going to be on the road for the next several days. So I'm trying to jack out as many shows as I could before that. So, and maybe a little AWOL for a couple, 3 days. I'll be on the shore running some stores down there, but all is good. And after last night's show, I got to the point. Here I am going against something, a structured, religion, and going against that. I mean, that's been my life. I have never kind of followed the format of anything in life. And it has really helped me in so many ways. The problem is with people is they keep following that same path. And with that said, you can only get bigger if you start thinking bigger, if you start acting bigger in your life. And I learned a great lesson when I first started with the company, 11 years now? I don't even know, man. I had a chance to talk to the CEO when I was in one of the stores, and I expressed my concern about doing certain things a certain way. He looked me straight in the eye, and then he walked away. He goes, Jer, he goes, go big or go home. A lot of us have been taught to be basically simpletons in our life, proletarian peasants. Do the basics, and life is going to give you more. I can honestly say, you got an attitude of thinking small, you can only bring small in your life. It's when you start going against the grain. It's when you start amplifying what you truly desire in your thoughts and feelings. And another rebel, I'm not going to introduce that this man I've mentioned many times on here. I love his attitude in life because he goes completely against what people like myself and people who live in that mindset of gratitude, he goes completely against it. He doesn't go against it where he breaks it apart in a bad way. He goes against it to wake you up in your thinking. Kevin Trudeau, the opening line from his reel that I found today, I was doing my laundry. Having an attitude of gratitude is a lie. And here I go. I can see the notifications going off. What do you mean? What are you talking about? Listen to what this man said, because it's gonna amplify your thinking. There's nothing wrong with being grateful. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being grateful. But how you're feeling about what you're grateful for is what you're going to manifest next. Listen to these. Einstein's going on. Wait, I forgot because I got so excited. I forgot the most important thing. We're talking about the National Day of, because it's one of my favorite days. It's National Fresh Tomato Day. That's what I'm talking about. I mean, to me, growing up in New Haven, I'll get to Kevin's point here. I didn't forget. I didn't get off topic here. And growing up in New Haven, the tomato pie was the essence. That was a staple that I grew up with. I mean, basic tomato dough, little Romano cheese, olive oil, and bam, you're good to go. It's National Teflon Day. That's the problem. I mean, Teflon is good, except when it starts falling apart, then it becomes like chemically dangerous. But you build this Teflon around yourself of impenetrable thoughts coming in that are detrimental to your well-being, and you've gained a lot in your life. It's National Bake Week. Guess what the hell I'm doing this week, indeed. And National Siamese Cat Day. All you cat lovers out there, God bless you guys. I mean, if you guys dig cats, I had them growing up. They're not my forte. I love animals in general, but dogs are my thing. And most importantly, out of the quote box tonight, this will make sense from the great Brian Tracy. A goal without a plan is only a dream. And really, really think about that. Now, getting back to what I've been excited all day about, wanting to bring, going against the grain for all us transformational, how should we say, people that are just starting out. Kevin said in this reel that really, I had to watch it at least 30 times to really grasp what he was talking about. Einstein's on, let's go to work. Like I mentioned before, having an attitude of gratitude is a lie. I saw the comments on that reel, and people just went absolutely berserk because they're like, what are you talking about? Because back in 2011, that's all you talked about. He's right. He's right. But transformation is evolution. is you learning more to understand more. And when you start breaking things down, this is what I mean about, analyzing your thoughts. You start breaking things down. You wonder why certain things don't come. And this made total sense. And I hope this really jacks you guys to really think about what you're grateful for. In other words, amplifying, the go big or go home kind of attitude. You got to think big to get big, to attract big. That's the whole essence of it. We've been taught to be grateful for the most simplest things. There's nothing wrong with that kind of feeling. But for those who want more in their life, I want it all. I want everything. Because why? Because then I can share it. I can share it in so many ways and use that revolving door to inspire others. There's nothing wrong with wanting more. Because wanting more, you have the ability to share it on a higher level. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Well, we've been taught otherwise. We've been taught to, crumbs in our life. No more crumbs in your life. We all deserve more. We all deserve to receive anything we desire, because they said it in Mark 11:24. And the problem is Mark 11:24 is doing what you're thinking now in the same way. The universe is precise. It can only give you who you are. So if you're thinking small, you are going to receive small. That's basically how it is. It's just giving you what you are. So when you start thinking bigger and becoming grateful for what is not here as it is already here, it's going to start to appear. Did I just rhyme on that one? But I'm going to get to my point here. I'm going to start. And people say, well, why do you read off notes? Why? Because I'm using the person's name. I want to be precise. I want to be precise in what they're saying and use exactly what they're saying and not be hearsay with this. That's why I'm very accurate when I read off my notes here. And Kevin said, having an attitude of gratitude is a lie. He had a big smile on his face when he said it too. You can get a visual of that. I mean, follow him on Instagram. He really makes total sense with this. He said, people who think you have to walk around all day long being thankful and grateful and appreciative for everything in life, then the universe will give them more wonderful things, is a myth and a lie. And I can attest to that, because when you start saying thank you for the smallest things, you're not going to receive bigger things because you're thinking small. The universe can only give you who you are. So if you're thinking small, indeed, yes, you can be grateful for the small things in life. But if you're amplifying that thought, you can only receive more of that thought. So in essence, Kevin is just telling us to think big, think grand about what you truly desire. I'll read it again. People who think you have to walk around all day long being thankful and grateful and appreciative for everything in life, then the universe will give you more wonderful things, is a myth and a lie. He's absolutely right, because if you're thinking small, you can only get small. If you're so thankful and grateful for the crappy car you have, why would the universe change it? He's absolutely right. Really think about that. If you're thankful, I have this awesome car, this is great, but it's breaking down all the time. The universe can only give you more situations to match that. Does all of this make sense? And what Kevin's trying to say, he's not shooting down gratitude. He's saying amplify your gratitude. And when you start doing that, I'll get to Mark 11:24 on that. It's precisely what they say in Scripture, one of the most powerful sayings in Scripture, because you get who you are. And if you're thinking small, indeed, you can only get small. I'm going to read that part again so you guys really understand it. If you're so thankful and grateful for the crappy car you have, why would the universe change it? Indeed, really grasp that. It's so true, because the universe is precise. This is the beauty of it. When you amplify it, you're going to excite yourself even more to receive bigger things. Yes, be thankful for all the little things in life, indeed. But don't focus on the little things. Aim bigger. Think bigger about yourself. You're so happy now, that's the lie. You have to be disgusted with the situation in order for it to change. And then see yourself in possession of what you want and feel now as if you already have it. I mean, this is what Kevin's giving us the biggest gift. He's saying, look, we all deserve better. So why not think better? Why not think bigger? Why not amplify your thought process to bring more grand things in your life? Yes, indeed. Be thankful. I'm thankful every day for everything, indeed. But that's not my prominent thought. My prominent thought is the grandeur of my dreams and desires with America's Mentor and everything in my life, because that's the area and the area I want to focus on. But the feeling of gratitude in general is fantastic because you're just amplifying your feelings. And he said in the end, if you're walking around grateful for your life, then the universe can only give you more of that life. Listen to what he said. If you're walking around grateful for your life at this moment, then the universe can only give you more of that life. So if you're not truly happy with your life, amplify your thoughts. Amplify your desires. Be grateful for everything in life, indeed. But if you want more finance, more love, you have to amplify it. Indeed, listen to Mark 11:24. They gave us the recipe. We just don't listen there, Meatball. Listen to what Mark 11:24 said. You guys have heard this. But we take religion as obedient in a certain way. That's bullshit. No, spirituality is living whole. But not by anybody's rules, but our rules. Does that make sense? Listen to Mark 11:24 said, therefore I tell you, what you ask in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours. What is prayer? And is it like a closet? Remember in the movie Carrie, we had this thing in or is it, you kneeling at bed? No. What is prayer? Emotional thinking. A synonym of prayer, and the meaning is emotional thinking. That's you thinking in general of what you want and feeling it to your core. And if you're grateful for the crappy car, this is awesome. I got this awesome car. And you're trying to fake it till you make it, the universe is saying, no, you're grateful for this little, simple piece of shit. There you go. You're going to have more of that. This is what gets people who want to transform so frustrated, because they're out there saying, this is great. Thank you for everything in my life. And I got these wonderful ripped pillowcases. I mean, the universe is going to say, okay, how can we amplify it if you're not amplifying it? It only follows your rule. This is the beauty about life. This is the beauty about quantum science. It only follows your vibration. So, you heard the old marksman. I have it written down here. The old marksman's principle. Aim small, miss small. Does that make sense? Focusing on a tiny, specific point rather than a large target. What did the CEO tell me? Go big or go home. He was telling me, not in a personal sense to go home, Meatball. He said, think big. So if you want more in your life, you have to think bigger. You have to become bigger on the inside. And therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask in prayer, your emotional thinking, because that's going to be who you are, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours, because the emotional thinking is what? The energy of who you are. And two very important words that will amplify even more. Listen to this. Intention. A determined aim, plan, or purpose to act in a specific way. In other words, you truly know what you want. A lot of people don't know what the hell they want. I get that. I was there. I said, I want money. Okay, I'd find a quarter. That's how the universe works. You have to be succinct. You have to be precise on exactly what you want. Amplify it. I mean, listen, just how do you amplify a thought? And I'll give you an idea of my regimen every single day. How do you amplify a thought? You turn it into a belief. And that's just one page of the same verse that I rate myself every day. Not one. Now we go to page 2. When I was talking about transformation, I wasn't going to be some novice meatball putting beads around my neck. I was going big or I was going home. I knew my life depended on it. So I was jumping in the pool. I wasn't putting a toe in. I totally believed in my intention. I totally believed that the universe gave me exactly who I was. I kept focusing on that every day. Now I'm living friggin' proof of only part of it, of that grand scale. You can have exactly the same thing. In other words, well, honestly, you're getting it right now because you're only getting who you are. Does that make sense? When you broaden that, when you amplify your thoughts and you bring them up to a higher level, this is what I'm talking about. The mind is friggin' amazing. The mind is friggin' amazing. It should get you excited because this is why you're not receiving this. This is why you're not receiving that, because you're thinking like a proletarian. Amplify it. Bring it up. But most importantly, what's your intention? What's your plan? How are you praying every day? Your emotional thinking. What's powerful in your life? If the lack of money is powerful in your life, okay, the universe says, okay, it's going to give you more lack of money because that's who you are. This is the pivotal point in your life to make a friggin' choice on what you truly desire. The second word, and most importantly, the most powerful word, is assumption. Just as I showed you guys with my affirmations that I write down hundreds of times every single day, because that's who I am. And I'm going to change, if I want to change a belief system, to change a belief system is just through repetition. That's all transformation is repetition of the new person you want to be until it goes from an unnatural to a natural state. Assumption, a belief statement or idea accepted as true without proof. Indeed, when you get to that point of being friggin' sick and tired of being sick and tired, your life is going to change because why? You just change your energy field. And this is living proof right here. From the 2026 Olympics, I think it's 25 because I think there were Summer Olympics. But the caption on the reel was my 2026 mindset practice. I think the person who posted the reel was talking about themselves. I mean, you can do this for yourself. I mean, this is from a runner. I don't have her name. And I love using Olympians because they spend years not only physically training themselves for that week or 2 or 3 at the Olympics, but mentally in the most amazing ways. That's basically, it's half physical and half mental. Because mental is a creation process. It's your focal point. It's planting the seed every day. These guys got to plant victory seeds every single day. This is one of her recipes to do that. I spent the last week, this is before her competition, I spent the last week writing down, I will be an Olympic champion, over and over again. I must have wrote it 500 times. I wake up and envision the race and went about my day. You start your day off like that, with whatever goal, dream, or desire that you want to have, be, and do. Life can only give you more of that. Why? Because you're not aiming small and missing small. You're thinking big in your life, and you're amplifying your energy. So if you're not receiving what you want, look at the way you're thinking. Look at the way look at the way you were conditioned. Look at how you were raised. I can guarantee you, if you have lack in your life, it's because you were raised with lack. If you don't think you're worthy, you were raised without self-worth. This is what I'm talking about. You have to change the belief system of the core of who you are. That's true transformation from the inside out, not from the outside in. The outside is just a reflection of what's going on inside, and your constant thinking process. Does all this make sense? Because believe me, when it does, believe me, you'll understand that gratitude indeed is awesome. It's a great feeling in life. But what are you grateful for? What's your most prominent gratitude thought? If it's the smallest thing, the smallest thing in life that really doesn't feel good, you're thinking way too small. What's your dreams? What's your desires? What's your intention? Most importantly, what's your assumption on attaining your goal and your dream? And if you can anchor that in your thought process every day, just like I do every single day, with all my dreams and desires as they are already here, that's who I am. Guess what? Life's going to start showing more of that. So happy Monday to you guys. I mean, I had to wait all day to get this show on America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. I hope this helped. I mean, it should really give you a kick in the ass, knowing the true power that you have. Trillions and trillions of cells are floating around, and our mind is waiting for us to tell it what to do. Tell it big. Think big, or indeed, go home, guys. So, hashtag America's Mentor and Jerry Maldonado on YouTube. Much love for the Jackson views. You guys are awesome. And that's the second channel I got on Facebook, which I totally forgot. I mean, America's Mentor Radio. I'm trying to combine both of them with my personal channel because they're all this. I just transfer one to the other every single day. But much love for the Jackson followers on that channel as well. The little man is starting to amplify even more, man, guys. So happy Monday to you. I'll see you guys hopefully soon. Have a great week. If this makes sense, watch it again. If you need more information, watch it again. Look up Kevin Trudeau on Instagram and watch that reel. You will laugh your butt off. Enjoy your Monday, guys. I'll see you guys soon, man.